if truly you want to build this nation. All right? You need to work with like-minded individuals. Today, these guys are not identifying with Tinubu. Even your allegation that they are corrupt, bring it out. Atiku left government since 2007. Up to today, he has never been invited by any anti-graft. He has never been tried in any court or convicted. So why would you say he's corrupt? That means we already have joined the street talk, as far as I'm concerned. And I remember some times ago, he was trying to mobilize for Nnamdi Kanu. I saw him meeting President Jonathan. He met Atiku and some other leaders for support. Yes! So if you can do that, why can't you join them? They are not corrupt. It's now that they are corrupt when you are supposed to join in nation building. I have respect for Sowore, but sometimes I don't agree with this brand of politics. If I'm in that position, I won't do that, because it's about this country first. It's not even about you, because it's not about Atiku or Peter Obi or anything. You may have your differences with them, but when it comes to come together for the sake of the nation, everything is secondary. This is what I expect him to do. If you could approach them, then why not work with them now to rescue this country? You criticize Tinubu. How far can your criticism take us if you don't join other like minds to rescue this country and build this nation? You are contested. People told you cannot be president in the nearest future when you join all of these people, because everybody knows what we stand for and what we represent.
Our guest today is Mr. Oladimeji Fabiyi, Deputy National Financial Secretary of the African Democratic Congress. Mr. Oladimeji, nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So let's get right into it. Do you think the opposition is doing enough in this circumstance to check the incumbent government's perceived excesses or failings and take advantage of this, or have they given up, as it were?
Well, thank you very much. Let me start by saying that the African Democratic Congress, have come at a time that Nigeria badly needed to be rescued. And when you are coming with that mindset, you are bound to face some challenges, especially from those who believe everything is fine, they are in control, so they put all sort of obstacles. So I wouldn't say the ADC is not doing, they are doing fantastically well, they are trying all their best. The focus is actually on how to recover Nigeria for Nigerians. And of course, we have a ruling government that with all the failures, the obvious failures, they believe they still have to hold tenaciously to power, and they are doing everything humanly possible to make it look like ADC is not doing anything. But Nigerians know best, they know. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but the ADC, as it were, under the leadership of Senator David Mark and other critical stakeholders, are doing all that require to ensure that ADC maintain that position of the strongest opposition in Nigeria. Any democracy without viral opposition is not democracy. So they are doing well. They are you can see all the programs a few days ago, the Policy and Programs Committee led by our respected father, Chief Oyegun, submitted the report of the committee. There is what we call membership, MRMR committee that is going on across the state, registering the member, revalidating their membership. So a lot that are really going on. But in terms of, trying to, put all of these things into the public through media, wise and all that, it's not really, and that makes it look like they're not doing anything. But I'm sure they're coming up with a lot of fixes.
Dimeji, I'm sure Nigerians watching us would vehemently disagree with you. If you feel the pulse of generality of Nigerians, such as we do in the media, the perception is that the opposition in Nigeria is dead. I'm not just referring to the ADC. Opposition parties generally, that they are dead. Let me give you one example. As we sit here, the entire machinery of the federal government is in the United Kingdom. The president left a day just after the recent Borno bombing. He did not as much as stopover. If he did not cancel, at least stopover en route to London. He just proceeded straight. Of course, the VP went there. But so I come back to this. When you say the ADC is doing this, which ADC are you talking about? I haven't seen, and I'm in the media. I haven't seen, I'm a media junkie, apart from being anchor, I have not seen anything the ADC is doing.
Okay.
So, Ola, are you correct to say ADC is doing this or that? And ADC is not the only opposition party. There are so many other parties. Is the opposition dead in Nigeria?
I'll tell you categorically that the opposition is not dead. And I think there's something a lot of us are missing in all of this circle. It is that who are the opposition? Who are really the opposition? Or let's define who the opposition.
Help us.
Opposition does not stay or does not stand alone with those we see in the party, managing the affairs of the party or party members. When we are going into election, the numbers of registered party members are so small to those who are not card-carrying members of the party that still vote for your party. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that the people are the opposition, people who disagree with the activities of the current government, people that are hungry, people that are being, their families are being killed and maimed every day, that don't have enough security, that their welfare is so bad. These are the bulk that should form the opposition, not these people. If you continue to look at the people at the, at the level of the party and say they are just the only, no, you are not. What is their numbers? So this is where people don't get it. So opposition is not dead. If opposition was there, we won't have the current government struggling. They are working so hard to make sure that ADC does not do well. They are struggling to make sure that they kill the party. Now they are done with Labour. They are done with PDP. They see ADC as the only viable opposition now. And that is what informed all the things that you see them do against this party. They've thrown all sorts of obstacles. So if there was no opposition, if the current government does not recognize that there is an opposition, why are they doing all of that? That is the question.
Now, the reason why I put that question the way I did was because democracy is only as strong as the opposition.
Exactly.
Without opposition, then there's no democracy.
There's no democracy.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, when you push the ball, you kick the can down the street in what you just said now, that, it's the people, not necessarily because your definition of opposition, you include every Nigerian. Well, it is true.
I'm not satisfied with what is going on.
Yes. Now, where is the viable alternative to the APC? That is where the role of opposition comes in. Now, currently, this morning, I'm a media person. I watched TV this morning. I watched yesterday. I did not see ADC, anybody from ADC speak on this issue I just tabled us. The president left this country with almost 60-70% of his entire cabinet. They're in the UK as we speak. I have not seen any member of ADC media team, Labour media team, SDP media team, Omowole Sowore's party. Nobody is speaking publicly about this, to condemn this. Mr. Oladimeji, is this proper? Is this opposition?
Well, it's quite pathetic. I share your sentiment because I actually felt this way too. When I saw that Mr. President left the country without showing any remorse to that massacre in...
Sorry to interrupt you. Minister for Defense, National Security Advisor, they're in the UK.
This is what we're saying. You see, I don't have any problem with diplomatic shuttles, but something is very sacrosanct. It is that your country first. There have been so many disappointments from Mr. President. And this is another classical one, what just happened. I think the members of the opposition, like myself as one of them, we have not done well in that regard. Because I remember in 2014, when the APC was battered and then they were up against the PDP, we knew what they did. And I'm sure the leadership is not sleeping on it. There were so many other contending issues, existential threats, lots of obstacles that this government is putting in place to unsettle, especially the ADC. Their focus now is the ADC because it is obvious that Mr. President, number one, does not want any other person to be on the ballot. Number two is the fact that this one party state is so huge on their table. And it's so painful that there are some leaders in this country are part of that game. And I begin to wonder, who does this to this country, to our people? There's something called, I read something about epigenetics. You know, The summary of it is that there's something fundamentally wrong with the blacks. Epigenetics, you can read it. There's something fundamentally wrong with us. We have a government who obviously does not care about you, because if they do, Mr. President will not leave the country when your country is burning. Your host understands the fact that your country is burning. Nothing stops you if you are so sensitive about what happens in your country as a leader. It shows he doesn't care. And these are the things, and it will take me back to what I said earlier. Are Nigerians satisfied with this performance of this? Those that have left the party today to go and join him, are they joining him because he has done fantastically so well? And I'm beginning to wonder how a government, how a president, and a party that has succeeded in capturing the security institution, the anti-graft agencies, the judiciary, the National Assembly, and even the electoral umpire. Why are you so scared of giving Nigeria free fair contest? If you know that you've had it, everything, you have all of this, and you are still so scared, you are still afraid. If the reports I read 2 days were true, that one of the negotiations the ICPC made with Malam El-Rufai was to stop being in politics or to stop being a member of the opposition, then there's a problem in this country.
Let's leave El-Rufai, because I think many Nigerians would agree that if he has a case to answer at the ICPC or EFCC or DSS, let him face his case. If he does not have any case, he will be let go eventually. But let's focus on where I'm interested today on opposition politics.
Yes.
Does the ADC, of which you are the Deputy National Financial Secretary, does it exist to offer Nigerians a viable opportunity? Or, as it is being alleged in some quarters, that the ADC only exists it's a platform for the leaders as a bargaining chip, a negotiating chip with the government eventually, when the chips are down?
That cannot be true. Are you telling me that Atiku will now be sitting with Tinubu and be negotiating, or David Mark? These are men of impeccable character. They could have done that if they wanted to, but these guys are on the side of Nigerians. And everybody should appreciate their boldness and their initiative to create an avenue for Nigerians to make it easy for Nigeria to shift. When these people need the support of Nigerians, because they can't do it alone. Every time we put this blame, we keep telling that these guys are not doing, they are not. Yes, they may not, but we need the people. They need the people to support them to be able to achieve all of this. Especially when you are in a country where the ruling government does not want to tolerate or does not want to even see anything opposition, that they want to crush it. Mr. President will find it difficult to climb the podium to run to campaign. Mr. President will find it so difficult to campaign straight, talk for 30 minutes straight without stopping, without blabbing. These are the issues. Mr. President will find it difficult to go on head-to-head to debate. These are the issues. What is he going to tell Nigeria? What are the past marks? What are the achievements? So this is the reason why they don't want anything opposition in place at all. So it will be the only one. Now let me tell you what they're trying to do. They are mounting pressure on the INEC chairman right now to recognize a suspended member of the party as a leader, national chairman of the ADC. Who does that? No matter how bad we say our courts are, there are procedures that you cannot truncate. So we are waiting for how they want to do it, and this is a serious warning to the national chairman of the INEC. He came in, people said he was good, he's a man of it. This is the time to prove it. If anything happened, if that should happen, then they want to burn this country, if they don't realize that. So if you have a ruling government that their focus is to cripple every form of opposition, see what they have done to PDP. Last week I read, I don't know whether it was true or not, that the Minister of SCT said PDP is not going to have a presidential candidate. We saw this coming 2 years ago. We've said this is where they are going. So as far as I'm concerned, Nigerians has a role to play in all of these things. If you are okay with it, there are two class of people that are supporting Tinubu today. Those that are benefiting from him direct, or those that don't even know they are left from the right.
tell Nigerians, because now you say, oh, you had a rumor, and I must say, I acknowledge you use the word rumor. Let's leave that in the realm of speculation because you don't have evidence that they are putting pressure on the INEC chair, to acknowledge or to recognize a suspended
yes.
ADC operative,
Yes.
bring him back as the authentic chairman. Like you said, it's rumor, so we don't deal with rumors. If you have facts to bring it, we'll deal with it. But you said if they did that they want to burn this country down. I've heard this kind of, wild claims.
Now let me tell you.
Hold on,
I'll
Dimeji.
tell you why. I'll tell
Just
you why I
hold
said
on.
that.
Just hold on. Tell the people listening, my brother. Tell them one good reason why Nigerians in 2027 should go out there and entrust their ballot to the ADC. Give them a reason, because I'm not convinced with what you're saying here. The ADC has not demonstrated capacity.
Really, I don't know what capacity that you are expecting. Here is a party when every other critical stakeholders of this country identify with the president. And the party said, no, this is not going to happen. It's enough. It's enough. Because they have struggled to create this platform. Because of that, a lot of their members have been hounded by the ruling government. It's enough. Because of this boldness, because of this courage, many of their businesses have been attacked right now so that they won't have resources to fight them. PDP cannot go anywhere anymore. Labour cannot do anything. And you have an alternative in ADC, and you are not embracing them. Then who do you want to blame? Okay, let's close our eyes. Let's say this thing is not there. So what would you have been able to do with PDP now? What would you have been able to do with Labour? Let's agree that all these people have behaved the way some have behaved, and they have joined Tinubu's team. So I don't think there's any convincing is needed here, because the facts are there on the table. The facts are there on the table. If you are okay, fine, then let it continue. But if you know you are not okay, if you know you are hungry, if you know you are not safe in this country, you don't have jobs, the most painful part of this are the class we call the youth that find it so difficult to interrogate issues. You see them on social media, you see some of them praying for Tinubu, and these guys are hungry. Say he will come back. It's Nigerian youth. You don't have jobs, no employment for you. You can't get married. You can't take care of your parents. Basic responsibility, you cannot do it, and you are still supporting Tinubu's government. Then something is wrong with them. I said something is wrong, fundamentally wrong with the blacks. Go and read it. Epigenetics. It will give you all these things I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know why you should be hard on Nigerian youths this morning.
I have to, because they are not playing the role. Now, instead of them to direct their anger to the failure of a president, what does them do is to be attacking either Atiku or Peter Obi or this and that. Yes, that even brings me to this. Let me quickly address this matter. 2 days ago, I saw a group. They called them Cop Them. They did a press conference.
They call them what?
Cop Them. I saw they held a press conference recently, about 2 days ago. And initially when they were reading their resolution and they started about national unity and all that, I said, oh, these are good guys. But towards the end of their communication, I discovered that they actually narrowed their sentiment to one man. And I was like, is this the kind of thing we need now? They said they are members of the ADC. Listen. Let us interrogate this thing. So rather than looking at the bigger picture, they narrow it to one man. That's not how to do it. It means that it's either that these guys are planning to leave the ADC, or they're not just ready.
The youth, I'm sure they would have their reason for why they want the president to continue in office. They will tell you, some of them will tell you, he brought NEL Fund, the student loan scheme for university students and all of that. And they will tell you a few other things. Maybe some of them are part of village boys or city boys or, But let's be serious, Ola. Why I'm particular about opposition, perception of opposition as being dead. That's a strong word, but that's the perception. You know why? Where is your media spokespersons? Where are they? I know it's Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi.
Yeah.
I've not seen him for days now. In the midst of all this maelstrom, I've not heard anything, not seen him anywhere. Where are all the people that could speak for? I mean, I don't expect David Mann to be the one speaking. And even if he needed to, he can speak. He could sit in his house, call a media and address them.
Yes.
Atiku can do the same thing. Peter Obi can do the same thing. But where are they? So I go back to this issue, my brother Ola. You are very passionate. Oh, the ADC is there, but the government wants to kill the ADC the way they kill PDP.
But
is the ADC giving Nigerians the reason to rise up and tell the government, no, you dare not touch this. This is the only thing that can save us. What is the ADC do? Where are your media people? Bottom line, where are they?
I'm happy that you Nigerians are saying it now, and I think the feedback will get to him, and then I think he would up his game. For me, I think he's doing his best, and then the party has a lot of issues to contend with. It may not be enough, but I'm sure after our congresses that's coming up in the next couple of months, a lot of things will be reorganized, and then I think you begin to see fire.
I hope so, for the sake of the future of democracy and Nigeria.
Yes.
But speaking specifically about opposition now, one of the key figures, somebody who took it upon himself to be speaking for opposition actually, and was very good at it, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, has been in detention for, I don't know, maybe over a month now, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I would never advocate for someone who is alleged to have committed a crime to not be put through the criminal justice process. But the question is that whatever offenses is being alleged to have committed are bailable offenses. So why is Malam Nasir El-Rufai still in detention and the opposition is quiet?
Just for Nigerians to know that the opposition is not sleeping, and I'm aware of this high-level meeting that took place to address some of this Malami issue, El-Rufai issue, and most especially El-Rufai's matter.
Just picture 2014.
Yes.
Picture 2014. The APC, when they formed, trying to wrest power from the PDP, President Jonathan and all of that. Picture a scenario where the way Mr. Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who spearheaded the spokes, the media and publicity, whatever, for the newly formed APC 2014. Picture Jonathan arresting him, and picture what the reaction of APC then.
But the truth is, the dynamics are different.
How is it?
No, the dynamics are different.
President,
no. I disagree with people who say there are a few things that are different. The dynamics of 2014 are different. Number one, we don't have a president like this. President Jonathan is quite different from President Tinubu.
Exactly my point.
President Jonathan wanted a return, but he didn't do it brutally.
Exactly my point.
It was not brutal as
Exactly
what we
my
have
point,
now.
because things are worse now.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
It wasn't. That's why I said the dynamics are different. President Jonathan was a gentleman. He believed in democracy and in following the procedure. He was hurt. He was hit. He tolerated everything as a true Democrat. But President Tinubu claimed to be he's not a Democrat. I keep telling people, if he was, as he claimed, he wouldn't be doing all of these things that he's doing. No, the dynamics are quite different. I don't see President Jonathan arresting Lai Mohammed. No. How many businessmen, how many notable critical stakeholders at that time were put on trial, like what we're having now? All this government is to silence everybody, whip everybody into one place, so that you don't have a voice.
I love your analogy that under President Jonathan 2014 and now there are two remarkable, remarkable difference. Style, approach, personality, and all of that. And that's exactly, you reinforce my position that the more reason why ADC as leading opposition party should be stronger in their resistance and galvanizing the people to rise up to save. But what you said now, you know what it appears to me? Yes. It appears that you are saying opposition is paralyzed with fear.
Even beyond that, let me tell you.
So you agree? You acknowledge?
Quite a number of people that are supposed to be speaking are not speaking. Even in the APC, they are talking to us in the ADC. They can't speak. Do you know why they cannot speak? Yes. For fear of being hounded. That is what the government of Tinubu has been able to achieve. Put fear in the people for them not to be able to talk. But that is dangerous for him, only if he knows. Only if he knows, it's dangerous. They wouldn't talk. But when it gets to time to act, they will act. I have no doubt that they will act when it gets to that point. This is what we are saying. You know that Jonathan did not hound, did not prosecute, did not go after anybody. We saw what happened. Internal sabotage was one of the things that are responsible for Jonathan loss in 2014, 2015. They didn't talk. That's why Jonathan was not after anybody like this man is doing. But they still sabotage him. These people who sabotage Tinubu, just go and just watch.
This president is, if there's anything he has done for Nigeria,
yes,
for Nigerian democracy,
yes,
he has left some, worthy statements. They may be ignoble, they may not be things you want to teach, the future generations. I mean, he's reputed to have said, power is not served a la carte.
Yes, now.
So is this how opposition wants to take power from this man and the party?
Our approach is different.
By being paralyzed with fear. Is that how you want to take power from him?
No. See,
sorry, hold on.
I'm not talking.
Hold on, Dimeji. Let me say this.
To differentiate it for you.
Just hold on, you differentiate. You have
Yes.
time. You would have time.
Yes.
When Sheyi Makinde and Wike, when they were at loggerhead, you remember this drama, the PDP drama at Wadata House?
Yes.
They now Sheyi Makinde went back to Oyo State and was doing the commissioning. And somebody said they promised that they are coming to him. Wike was saying somewhere that he will come and carry the word to him. You know what Makinde said? He said it in Yoruba, and I'll interpret. He said, "We're laughing what we're." In English, meaning it is madness he used to cure madness. And because of that, everywhere got quiet. So if opposition Nigeria thinks that you can play with President Tinubu and they will just allow you to exist, don't you think you are playing with fire?
No, we're not playing. We're not docile, really. And I'm going to.
That word is too mild actually to describe what is going on.
We're not docile. Sincerely speaking, we're not docile. Now, let me tell you why I say so. Is because we're only looking at those people, the characters, the individuals that are the hems of that are managing the party, as it were. There are many people who are not in this cycle. We're actually supposed to, to make things happen. They are not doing it. And like I told you, they are not doing it simply because they are so scared that Tinubu will go after them. If you have a governor, have you ever wondered why a sitting governor will leave his own party and go and move to join the failed government of Tinubu? And the reason will be, Mr. President is doing well. I want to move my state to the center. Does that make any sense? That will tell you that was not the main reason for leaving. It's either number one, they have cockroaches in their cupboard, and they're so scared that this guy. Secondly, is because there are some of them who want to return for second term, and they believe that only Tinubu can make them secure the second term.
This is the issue, Oladimeji. And I love what you said about the party not really doing whatever. There's a critical arm of every political party from anywhere in the world, even South Africa, for instance, the youth wing. Who is the youth leader of ADC? Because if I don't expect David Mark and Atiku to be on the street every day, but I expect the youth wing of ADC. You know why? There's a recent example. Everybody is afraid of the obedience movement. Even I'm a bit careful of what I say, but you know why? Before the words come out of your mouth, they will pounce on you. They fear nobody. They take you to cleaners. However you want to call Tinubu, they would abuse him from morning till night. The APC, all these people. So where is the youth wing of ADC?
My brother, let me take it from the obedience. So where are those obedients now? These obedients are now supposedly in the ADC. Exactly. So where are they? No, I'm telling you, I'm asking to where are they now? Their leader says is in where? Is in ADC now. So where are they? Where are all the energies? What are they doing? Rather than using that energy, anger against the Tinubu, they would rather find an Atiku or Amechi as the punching bag. This is what we are saying. It's the misplacement of priority. It means they are not for the party. They are only for a particular individual. So if they claim that they are in ADC now, why are they not using that energy for the party? The ADC youth wing is there. We have one gentleman that is managed.
A gentleman cannot be ADC youth leader.
I won't call him a hostile person. I'll call him a gentleman. He's a young man. Because I say he's gentle does not mean he's a gentle guy. Do you understand? But that's the way I'm going to qualify him. So he's there, he's doing his work, he's going around the state galvanizing the support for the youth and all that. Now, I have told you something that we have congresses coming up in the next couple of weeks where we are going to have a new set of leadership. At this point, the coalition from everything else came to form ADC. So everything is now going to be in uniform so that you stop talking about tendencies. You're going to start talking about ADC as a party. You don't see yourselves as I'm representing PDP in coalition, I'm representing Obedient. No. Everybody's not good. So the orient. So you will see, just give us that time. You will see. We don't have the time. In the next couple of weeks, you will see all of this thing coming up. So we have And I'm so happy that the constitution of the ADC, gives so much respect and importance, attach so much importance to the youth. If you see the organogram, you have to the polling unit, people are in charge of manning the youth affairs. To the polling unit, no party has that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say that because they are not making noise, it does not mean they are not working. Yes.
I love, what you say that. Now that Peter Obi is in ADC,
yes.
Why is the obedient movement
not
championing?
What they do is to attack Atiku, is to attack Amici.
Yes.
So this is
you made that point very clear, and it's a very valid argument. So the question is that the ADC itself now does not appear to be in a position, to challenge for anything, let alone the presidency of Nigeria. Why? Because of its internal contradictions. Because a house divided within itself cannot stand. So says a regular Christian.
I'll tell you, there's no
You have a so-called party that is made up of blocks.
That's exactly what I just addressed.
Yes.
You always find that. You see, you can't run away from it because there are tendencies that come together. And that's why the leadership is trying to marry that. And you can only now get a refined ADC after the congresses that are coming up in the next 3 weeks. After this congress, bring me back here and I'll tell you, you will even tell me that things have changed. Without that, see, human beings are the most species of the creation of God to manage. Because politics is about interest. And you can't say people should not pursue their interest. Are we now having, in my state today, APC is divided into 2.
Have you reached out to Sowore? Have you reached out to Adeboye?
They are talking the leadership is taking care of that. But look at all of these guys you mentioned, as brilliant, as fantastic as they are, do they really believe in the opposition? Are they playing opposition as it's supposed to be? These are individual. It's a game of individual as far as they are concerned. They are not playing game of the collective game. Both Sowore and Adebayo.
Sowore will not take kindly to you.
Come on, let's discuss it. And I'll tell you what he's done. It's not an attack. That's where I see him. He may not like, but it's the truth. And when you tell somebody the truth, he's not a team player when it comes to. If he was, nobody needs to. He has a role to play. He's strong. His confidence is bold.
Very articulate.
So why can't he be working with people like Atiku? You are the younger element. That should be the younger element of this thing. Then all the Atiku them are the older element. Then you bring everybody together. You come together. So does he need to be best to come and to do that? If truly he wanted Nigeria to move forward, no, he doesn't have to. I have nothing against Sowore, but he's not playing the position politics well. It's not about him, and this is the truth. He can challenge me. Let's come to a debate, and I'll tell him the flaws in all of this he's doing. We are men of the same generation. We see how this thing do. I've been in this game for over 30 years. So I understand the dynamics. It's the same thing Adebayo. As brilliant, as smart as that guy is he playing opposition role as supposed to be? What can he do with the SDP in this arrangement? What can Sowore do with AAC in this arrangement? If you don't come up with all other people, come to other people, join forces and push these people out. What are they telling us? I start to be corrected. Let them come and challenge me.
I like that you're all fired up.
No.
I've never seen you like this, fired up like this before, Oladimeji. I like that you're still, you're. So, you are a youth yourself, even though I know you are, but you are. Why are you not fighting, demonstrating this passion?
I've been doing this. I would have preferred, because the constitution of ADC, sincerely speaking, lays so much credence to the youth. When you read the constitution, you see that youths are given, but it's not being implemented now, and I don't know why. Maybe after the congresses, it's going to happen.
Maybe when this video airs, you send it to them to see.
We do this all the time. Yeah, I've never. People know. I just say. I say my own. Even when I was in PDP, I saw PDP running to self-destruct 3-4 years ago, and I mentioned it on so many fora, on your sister station, national television. So we told them, but they didn't listen. So for me, I think ADC needs to do more. It's my party. We need to do more. Nigerians are expecting a lot from us. Nigeria wants to see us as the leader they can follow to war. And that element, that must happen in the next couple of weeks.
So, Dimeji, I love your passion. So, but let's shelve that. We'll come back to it. Some say we are not even a democracy. That talking about Nigerian democracy in the same sentence, it's a travesty. Are we a democracy? what role has the President Tinubu played in whatever it is we're practicing?
We don't have we don't have leaders. We don't have a president who believes in democracy. I've always told anybody who cares to listen that President Tinubu is not a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He believes that he is a man who doesn't like to do things conventionally. He wants to do it the way he likes and gets results. So we are practicing democracy, but unfortunately we have those at the driver's seats who are not playing by the rules of democracy. Democracy guarantees freedom of choice, freedom to associate and all that. All those ones have been destroyed now by this government.
Especially democracy guarantees multi-party.
Multi-party system.
Choices.
Exactly, choices. Choices and multi-party system. Now, and they are trying to kill that by every means possible.
Now, if you combine these three, a compromised electoral body or system, and then hounding of opposition,
yes,
either individuals or political parties, and then uncontrolled, criminalities all over the country, killings here and there, what exactly are we walking into in 2027?
It's anarchy. It's anarchy, and then the death of democracy. We can't do, nobody does this. You can't be doing things that, something must give way at the end of the day. It must give way. When you push a goat to the wall, it will fight back. I think we'll get to a point that Nigerians will have to fight back.
So at what point is it master strategy or destabilization of opposition politics?
It's nothing master strategy. It's nothing master strategy.
What is it?
It's not this is not democracy. It's nothing master strategy. Okay. It's a deliberate plan to destroy opposition. That's what they are doing. Okay, look at National Assembly. Look at the Electoral Act. You guys spent, Nigerians had money. You went around the country to listen to people. People said this is what we wanted. See what they came out with. Is that pro-people? That's anti-people. And as a president, you should have seen it. You saw it. You didn't stop it because you believe it's going to work for you. So it's sheer wickedness against the people of the country. It's wickedness. It's not master strategies. Of course, those that are benefiting will say that now because they are benefiting from it.
As with the current state of play, it's more or less like 2027 for President Tinubu is going to be a coronation.
It's not going to be a coronation. I disagree. It's not going to be.
Just hold on. Rather than proper election.
I just don't want to agree with that. It's not going to be.
You would have your time to. Yes. So rather than a proper election, it's from the state of play today where I sit, you and I sit. It appears it's going to be a coronation.
Why is it not?
Rather than a contest, and where a proper contest, even as we had in 2023. So the question is that if he succeeds in doing that, what's the fate of democracy in Nigeria?
No, the thing is, if it's a fait accompli, it's a question like you mentioned, why is he still struggling today? Like I mentioned, you have the police. The new guy is his boy. The new IGP is his boy.
As was the previous one.
As was the previous one. The National Assembly they call your wife their mother, you their father. A National Assembly that people brought in there.
And they say on your mandate.
Yes, you have the judiciary. What you dictate to them, whatever you want, they do.
But you don't have proof to that.
INEC today is under pressure because you want them to do your bidding. Now, a section, the most worrisome part of it is a section of media that are supporting these people, that have deviated from their role. It's not all a section, and we know them. They promote this devilish government every time. Even when they're supposed to report great things, good things that happen from the opposition, they will not report it. They will rather concentrate on what the failed government of President Tinubu is doing. It's like, wait a minute, what is happening? So all of this, that's why I'm telling you, it's not going to be a coronation. Because they know it's not going to be a coronation. Because he believes he has all of these, but he doesn't have a section of the country. He doesn't have the people. He doesn't have the people. He knows. And that's so, I tell you, it's not going to be. If he believes he has all the people now, then I'll say, okay, it's a correct no. Because all of these people are not the only ones that are going to vote for him. The people will vote. They are bringing a lot of things to the table, and we are going to tell Nigerians what to do when the time comes. The only thing they are bringing is money. Nigerians should collect the money. You've been suffering for 4 years. Collect the money and don't do their bidding. Don't vote for them.
When Nigerians voted for Buhari in 2015, they said it was a mistake. But the same Nigerians still voted for him. Even the elite in 2019. But that's not the point. So you are from the southwest region of Nigeria.
Yes.
And a very strong, notable politician. What are your feelers? Because President Tinubu is also from the southwest. And let me tell you this personally, you know, as also someone from the southwest. One of my greatest disappointments is that I used to think very highly of us, Yoruba people. I used to think very highly of us. That we're very civilized and all of that. You know? That are very objective. But it was President Tinubu that exposed Yoruba people to me the way we are, truly. Because I belong to so many associations, professional associations, you know, and Yoruba people are exposed, you know, as being bigoted, tribalistic of the worst type. I never knew. So, what are your feelings from the southwest in terms of the president winning in the southwest? That is one. Secondly, the north, because you are very close to perhaps the leading northern politician after Buhari, who is gone. So, what are his chances in the southwest and in the north, northwest, northeast, and north central?
Really, I think one of the fears of President Tinubu is that if he guarantees free, fair election, he's going to lose by 1 o'clock.
By 1 p.m.
1 p.m. If Mr. President Tinubu believes he has done fantastically well, let him guarantee free, fair election in 2027. By 1 o'clock, he's gone. So he realized this. He has realized that it's not going to happen because he doesn't have the people behind him. That's why you see him doing all of this. A lot of things are going to, moving closer to election, a lot of things are going to happen. More hounding of the opposition voices, especially in the southwest, because he wants to take southwest 100%. And they will reinforce the rigging machine, they will reinforce threats, they will reinforce violence, they will reinforce everything to make sure it happens.
Does he have to do that in southwest?
He has to, he will do it, because not everybody in the southwest are for him.
But the majority are for him.
Let me tell you, Peter Obi has his share of the southwest. He may be from the southeast. If I make sure he's on the ballot today, he has a share of his own people from the southwest. Not to talk of Atiku. Atiku is like an institution. He has his people in the southwest. A greater number of his people are there. And they have not shifted. Maybe if they have shifted, maybe few ones have shifted. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not going to be a hood, but he will do all those things I said to be able to capture.
Before we come to the north, let's do surrender in the southwest.
Forget the fact that PDP has gone. There are individuals that still believe in what Atiku represents. I am one of them. And I know a lot of people that are part of that. So what I'm saying in essence is that these people have their share of voters, of supporters in the zone. See, Atiku cannot get 100% from the north. Because no matter how you look at it, Tinubu has a share of voters in the north. Peter Obi cannot get 100% in the southeast.
Chances in the north, because the north gave President Tinubu 58% of the votes. That was why Malam Nasir El-Rufai was so audacious in confronting him, taking on the government, because he more or less made the president. In fact, Professor Usman Yusuf said it in one of the posts I saw, that El-Rufai made President Tinubu.
Now the northerners are woken up from their slumber.
Are you sure they've woken up?
They have woken up. Go there and see what is happening to them now. Oh, just a few days ago, they killed over how many people in Borno? Insecurity alone, except they don't have senses. I'm sorry to say this. Except they don't know what they are doing. Let's agree that you made mistake in the first place. They misled you. Your leaders misled you. Are you going to lead those people who has misled you into more hunger, more killings, more anguish, more pain? Are you still going to listen to them? Then it's their choice to make. And they should stop complaining if anything goes wrong. They should. If they have sense, they will know that Tinubu must not score 20% in the entire north. He mustn't score 20% in the entire north. What has President Tinubu done for them now? Those leaders that are now collecting money and are joining Tinubu, what are they using the money to do for them? They should tell us. They should tell us. It means something is wrong with them. Go and read epigenetics. Something is fundamentally wrong with the blacks. Something is seriously wrong with Africans. Something is terribly wrong with Nigerians. This is it. Kiwidi.
We'll come back another time and talk about epigenesis. It's a subject I've taught, I know very well. You know me, I'm a bookworm. But before we go, let's go back to this issue of ADC building a grand coalition. It's a key strategy for winning in battle. It's a very key strategy for winning in battle. I teach strategy, so I know. Now, Omowole Sowore that we mentioned earlier, what exactly, because he sat here where you sat and he told me that, oh, they are corrupt. How do you want me to join people who are part of the problems of Nigeria that brought Nigeria here? So he has a puritanical approach to politics, and I tried to tell him then that it will not fly. So why are they not joining the ADC? What's your message to them?
I think you just mentioned it, that he has a fixated mind about these people. And then when it comes to nation building, it shouldn't be like that. You need individuals if truly you want to build this nation. All right? You need to work with like-minded individuals. Today, these guys are not identifying with Tinubu. Even your allegation that they are corrupt, bring it out. Atiku left government since 2007. Up to today, he has never been invited by any anti-graft. He has never been tried in any court or convicted. So why would you say he's corrupt? That means we already joined the street talk, as far as I'm concerned. And I remember some times ago, he was trying to mobilize for Nnamdi Kanu. I saw him meeting President Jonathan. He met Atiku and some other leaders for support.
That's Sowore, you mean?
Yes! So if you can do that, why can't you join them? They are not corrupt. It's now that they are corrupt when you are supposed to join in nation building. I have respect for Sowore, but sometimes I don't agree with this brand of politics. If I'm in that position, I won't do that, because it's about this country first. It's not even about you, because it's not about Atiku or Peter Obi or anything. You may have your differences with them, but when it comes to come together for the sake of the nation, everything is secondary. This is what I expect him to do. If you could approach them then, why not work with them now to rescue this country? You criticize Tinubu. How far can your criticism take us if you don't join other like minds to rescue this country and build this nation? You have contested. Who told you cannot be president in the nearest future? When you join all of these people, because everybody knows what you stand for and what you represent. Peter Obi's fight is struggling between two forces. The forces that are secretly, clandestinely working towards one-party state, supporting Tinubu, because he has given a mandate: if you do this, we will not support you. And of course, himself, who couldn't decide where to go or not, whether I can do this or I cannot do this, is struggling with these two forces. So I see him as a confused person. A lot of them are confused right now. Peter Obi is confused. Rabi Kokonso is confused, as far as I'm concerned. Because we don't need any Jupiter to tell you that this is an opportunity for us to come together and rescue this country. And democracy guarantees fairness, free contest. If you now know you have what it takes, enter the ring. Fight for shirt.
Okay, I'm glad you said Peter Obi is confused. So they appear to be confused. And your word. What about Alhaji Atiku Abubakar?
Atiku is clear. He tells you where he's going. And he's not looking back, and he's pursuing it. Nigeria presidency is not because I've been governor for 1 or 2 terms. It's bigger than that. The reason President Tinubu is struggling today was because he has never played national politics. He has been regional and state politics. That is why he's struggling. He may have good intention, but he couldn't just fit into it. Step down for who? When he can do it, tell me who? Let's put their profile, their credit side by side. Who beats Atiku when it comes to national government and network? Who can beat him?
I don't know.
We know his record. You don't have to know. We know his record when he was VP. All the landmark things he did with the government and even personally. You are aware in this country that Atiku went to court 19 times and won 19 times to enrich our democracy. Nobody is talking about that. You are aware that he led the economic team, the biggest GDP growth in this country, in the record of this country, was when Atiku was vice president. That does not mean anything to anybody. All the revolutionary landmark that government that provided the platform foundation for Nigeria that we have today, was it not Atiku? So what would anybody tell me? That he should go and step down for who? They should enter the ring and fight him. In any case, why do you have to fight? You are 50 years old, I'm 80 years old, and I'm invited to you and you are running. Does that make any sense? I said, let's box. I'm 80 years, you are 50, and you are still afraid to come and face me. This is the scenario.
I may be afraid, maybe you may be on steroids, or you may have some. But let's
get to the ring first.
Let's round up, Ola. So you've spoken brilliantly, not just brilliantly, passionately. I mean, I've not seen you this passionate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. In all the time we've been together.
Thank you very much.
In your heart of hearts,
yes,
Nigerians are listening. In your heart of hearts, do you think opposition, all these opposition people, whether it's Atiku, whether it's Peter Obi, should, in case any of them emerge, and let's even say they are able to form a grand coalition, are they able to unseat the APC in 2027?
It's possible, most possible.
You believe that?
I believe strongly. Just get the right candidate on the ballot. Look at all the dynamics and come up with the right candidate. In 2014, why did Tinubu run against Jonathan? Why did they leave it open? And some people will sit and say, ADC must zone to the south. They don't know what they are talking about. They are not politicians. They don't even read the reading right. In 2014, APC realized that bringing a northerner to face Jonathan would be going against run of play. And they threw it open. That was why you saw Rochas and other southerner contested in that election. And Rochas made a very good showing. He came fifth. So that is the strategy. You don't have to do that. Right now, no southerner can defeat Tinubu. I can bet anything on it. Whether Obi or whether Amechi, they cannot. No southerner can defeat him. A northerner plus a southern vice will do the magic for ADC. You see that Nigerians will support. The Nigerians that are not talking now, then you see them in action. You see that they will support ADC.
Thank you very much, Ola.
I'm happy.
Nice having you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.